Welcome back, Lafian and Zaltanna, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Lafian voices his wishes and Zaltanna quits the job. Whilst Lafian commits fully to his school and abdicates his rights as a prince, Zaltanna experiences a time loop with a cultist of Dacians. Now they intend to meet back at Falsum Facium Temple to get ready to go to a war council of nations. Can Gilles protect the council goers? Is the Eventide Council ready to put aside a millennia of issues to work together? And how will Lafian react to the idea of Dacian supporters right in the middle of Falsum? I guess you're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Where are we meeting? Zaltanna, you get this in the evening of 1:37, probably fairly late in the evening. Maybe you're getting ready to go to bed back in the barracks. Lafian, I believe that you are traveling with Kythea back towards Beligbud itself. You're using the rings, by the way, if that wasn't clear.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so I respond, I don't know.
That's not very helpful.
Listen, I just had a fucking day. So,
That bad?
Yeah. Yeah, it was not great. I'll tell you what. So you choose. And, yeah.
Okay. Do we need to fight somebody in the next couple hours?
No, I already did
Oh, you fought things.
On my end, sort of. I had to do. You would have been so much better at this than I'll explain to you when we meet up.
Okay, where are you right now?
Outside Cossins.
Which one?
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't know the one.
Falsum?
Yeah, the one in Falsum.
Oh, okay. I'll see if I can try to get there in the next little bit. Maybe let's not meet at Carson's, though.
Okay.
Meet up at the bunker?
Sure.
Yeah, it's easy enough. It takes a little while. Obviously, you have to go back on the ferry across. The same lady who gives Kythea a kind of a look and looks at you and puts things together, and you can definitely see things clicking over in the conspiracy brain.
Fucking
but you managed to make it. You managed to make it back to Falsum fairly easily. You find yourself popping into existence in Falsum Major Circle, and yeah, probably 2 hours have passed. Probably by the time you have to walk back down there and all that good shite. So yeah, it's probably kicking on maybe nearly midnight at this point. But yeah, you can meet back down in the bunker, no problem.
Cool. Okay, that works. So I don't know where Zaltanna would be waiting, but
I am waiting by the front door.
in the chapel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is there anyone here, V? Besides, us?
Guardian, Claws. Most people at this point have gone to bed. There are a couple of folks who are kind of pacing up and down. You can see that there are clearly two guards still. They're no longer just guarding the mirror room. They're also guarding the death chair room, because that's, I believe, where you left your prisoner. So you still have a couple of folks watching that, but otherwise, no, you don't really pick anything else up.
Okay, I mean, that's fine. Listen, Claws and Guardian have earned our trust.
Very much so.
They're good undead people.
Yeah. Claus is like curled up on the foot of Guardian, who's just like sitting there, just watching people. Yeah, that's it really.
Okay. I imagine then we just walk in and Lafian turns to Kythea and did you want to stick around or do you want to go get some rest? Kind of have a busy day coming up.
Yeah, I could probably use some rest. I think I don't exactly know how they're going to do it. I might need to do a lot of translating for you. So probably going to be, I'll go get some rest. And Zaltanna, you see like Kythea just raise her hand and smile and she walks off to where the bunks are.
I smile and wave at her as well.
I think Lafian just like turns to Zaltanna and is like, I think I might have forgotten to tell her the part where I can at least temporarily know and at least speak other languages, sort of. To be fair, we had a lot of other things to talk about. It's fine.
You forgot to... Okay.
Listen, when you have a very wide blanket of abilities like myself, it's very hard to forget. No.
Easy to forget, maybe?
I've had a very long day. Yes, it's very easy to forget a few of the details.
Did you also get stuck in a time loop?
No, what the fuck?
Yeah, so it turns out that the tailor shop in town was being run by Blissful Eclipse cultists, and they stuck me in a time loop with some guy that was driving me crazy, and that was like his whole deal was he was supposed to drive me crazy, and I couldn't be mean to him, and I couldn't yell at him, and we had to like, the way that I had to like figure out getting out of the time loop by like doing like basically the opposite of my instincts and being nice and accommodating to him despite him being essentially built to make me insane. So anyway, I feel like you would have had a much better time of figuring that out than I did. So
I feel like Lafian looks flabbergasted. And then just like very slowly like reaches a hand out and kind of like taps you.
I couldn't even fight him because, like, then it would just reset. I couldn't yell at him. It just reset.
You're Zaltanna, right? Like, it taps again.
Yeah,
You're
Zaltanna.
really Zaltanna, yes?
I'm Zaltanna.
Tell me something only Zaltanna would know. Wait, no, because then I wouldn't know it. Tell me something that only Zaltanna and I would know.
Are you laughing? You're having a lot of... Okay, one of the first things that happened between us was that you, like, broke into my mind.
Okay, yeah, it's you. So, all right,
and also,
cool.
and then you cooked
okay,
dinner.
You don't need to... No, we're good. We're good. Yep, I get it. You're Zaltanna. And he's like... just... I'm sorry. I just... I mean, I'm proud of you. Good job. Sorry I couldn't have been there to support you.
I keep telling you, man, I have big brain muscles. They're just not like your kind of brain muscles, which is why I was even like, I even think while I was in it, I was like, God damn it, this couldn't have happened to Lafian. Cause like, I feel like you would have figured this out like so fast. Like the first time it reset, you would have like immediately understood what was happening instead of, you know, like me, where I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I kept yelling at the guy and being like, you just came in here and bought that. And also, you probably would have known what an empty cloak was worth, and I did not.
And he looks confused. An empty cloak? Like, just a plain cloak?
Roll a history or arcana or a religion check.
History or religion?
Yep. Any of the above.
It's the same shit. 18.
You have heard tales of cloaks that are supposedly able to move on their own, either because they are magically inclined or because they are spirits that inhabit them. That you're a little bit less sure about, but the financial equivalents of what they would be, you don't really have any idea, but hearing of an empty cloak and then maybe to do with magic, yeah, that kind of rings a bit of a bell, but like a really distant one.
Why are you bringing a cloak up?
Oh, because the guy that was built to torture me kept asking me for an empty cloak. And I was like, what do you mean empty? Aren't all cloaks empty? Because they're like, there's no one in them. And he was like, "Are you stupid?" And then I got upset because I'm not stupid. Anyway, long story short, hi.
Hi, you're alive. You made it out. Good job.
I'm alive. I destroyed their shop. I got some money. I got a lot of money and some items we can figure out later because me and V never went over what
Forgot
items.
to figure out exactly what you were going to keep. Yep.
Very slow, both eyebrow raise from Lafian. Just, okay. Good.
And I got my ribbons, and that's the important part.
Oh, good. That is a very important part. Maybe you should probably sit at one of these pews here, just so we're not standing here in the doorway.
Aren't we going?
Well, we have a little bit to catch up. I mean,
Yeah, what happened to you? What's going on? Is Kythea okay? Or like...
oh yeah, no, it was great. We had a bit of an outing. I got to travel abroad, shall we say.
Did you go to Kino?
I did.
Was it like...
Not that different, to be honest. Well, less woodsy than I'm used to, but it seemed very nice.
You know, my dad used to say that that in Kino, like, the trees walk around and, like, the sky is full of fire, so...
I didn't see those things, but I did only briefly experience it.
Okay.
Goes to find Kino notes.
I did see people of all sorts, which was interesting. Kind of gave me well, supposing that we make it out of all of this, I would very much like to travel some more. I would like to see more of the world. It's awoken an interest to experience more for me. Not for long periods of time, mind you, but, you know, more vacations.
That's fair. Vacations are nice.
And doing whatever else, you know, just... it's fun, whatever. I'm rambling. Oh, that actually, I just remembered. You remember the acorn that I gave you way back when?
Yeah, I do. I still have it.
For the sake of... well... since all four of us are going to be going into this danger together, I would like to have it back so that I can make sure it's in the proper hands.
Giving it to Kythea.
I think that might be as safe as any, yes.
That's like a real relationship step.
Well,
You know what that means?
no.
If you survive, you're going to have to move in with her.
Well, I mean, probably. That requires us to survive.
Because you love her. Zaltanna says teasingly, and she pulls the acorn out of her bag and hands it to you with a smile.
Thank you.
Thank you for trusting me with it.
Well, I didn't think I would make it this far, so thank you for keeping it safe.
You're welcome.
Keeping me safe, too.
Always, friend.
If, and I'm not saying this to be dark or depressing or morbid or anything, if something were to happen to me, I did make a living will. It is at Beligbud. It has been recorded. I think it's actually been stored now at Dusk's Plateau, I want to say. They have a archival system. I think it's out in Dusk's Plateau now that I think about it. Basically, just if something is to happen to me, there are detailed instructions there. Just make sure that they are enforced to the letter.
Motherfucker, if something happens to you, we're raising you back from the dead, you asshole.
There's like a look on his face like,
You don't get to die that easily.
just seems unfair.
Life's not fair. Balance. Why should death be any fairer?
I just don't want anybody else in this group to have to give up anything else. As somebody that has experienced it now firsthand, I don't want that on anyone.
Well, I've never given up shit for anyone coming back to life. So I will do it, and I will do it happily, because Balance, Lafian.
Thank you.
It's really hot. It's like habit. Anyway, Lafian Dathrodia, you are my best friend, and I will happily give up anything to keep you safe. So, in conclusion, fuck you, you don't get to die.
Okay. You do realize that part of the spell requires consent, yes? He just throws a wink at you.
Yeah, I remember because remember when I tried to bring back my wife and she didn't want to come back? Hey.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have a meeting that we need to be going to.
Zaltanna shoots me some finger guns and goes, if you don't want to come back, you don't have to, but I'm going to try and I'm going to see if I can bring you back anyway.
Talk about salt in the fucking wound. For both of us.
Oh, that's right, because you felt responsible. I forgot.
Yes, that's why he gave you the acorn. Was because that whole entire ceremony and everything made him realize, like, oh, we might fucking die.
Oh, come on, Balance. I'm past it.
Oh, fuck me.
I can forgive. I can move past, but I will not forget.
Zaltanna's going to give you a hug. I didn't mean to hurt. I didn't mean to upset you.
No, you're fine. I'm only half upset.
And I'm only half a foot away from 5 feet.
Yes.
I'm in a
silly, true.
I'm in a silly, goofy mood, and I apologize.
I'm not going to question the validity of that.
Zaltanna had a day yesterday.
Hey, fans. I'm sorry for me.
No sorry.
Episode.
This is gold. No sorry, only gold. Are you folks going to go this evening, or are you planning on going tomorrow?
Kythea has to come with us, right? Like, isn't she coming with us?
Yeah, her plan is to be there, yeah.
Yeah, then we'll just wait till the morning, I guess.
Okie dokie.
I know we just, in the conversation, we're like, oh, well, we have some time. Well, yeah, we have a lot of time, actually, because we can rest. Because, we fixed that problem.
Yeah, that problem where nobody could sleep, fixed.
That one's fixed, but it's not the food one yet.
All it took was me, submerging myself in frigid waters.
It's totally cool. It's totally fun.
Yeah, no frostbite or anything.
You did it for the gram, and that's what's most important.
God damn it. All right.
Neil,
the pair of you...
I'm sorry.
Neil would never cut this out. The pair of you and Kythea wake up fairly early the next day, or arouse from your meditations. You make your way upstairs to the mage's circle, and someone, you notice that Demi is kind of like very... No, it would be Demi. She would just you can notice that she's very, very busy, and there's lots of things she hasn't slept all night. And you can see there's a half-drunk bottle of wine next to her.
Oh,
but she sees you coming, she knows where you're going, and with barely any real interaction with you, sends you straight off to the GDC.
Oh.
Unless you want to stop and interact with her, she's just going to send you.
Well, no, I thought she was coming with us.
Demi's not going, no.
Oh, all right.
She essentially just if you ask why aren't you going? She essentially just turns and says I've too many things to be going on, and there's a bunch of people who's going in my place, so they're going to be dealing with that, and Trepar's probably going to be turning up at some point, and there's another mage person going in. I think a book is going to go on behalf of us, and then obviously Zaltanna's going to be there, and there's going to be a bunch of gods who are already represented, so I don't need to go. I need to focus on this, so y'all have fun. And she sends you off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. You find yourself in a familiar-ish room. You've been here probably twice at this point, I think. And it's a short walk along a corridor till you find yourself in the entrance hall. It looks a little bit different. Instead of the kind of black and white marble that was on the floor previously, you can see that there is this really dark coloured wood. And you can see that there is this long dark purplish carpet that kind of covers most of it, and you can see it also going up the stairs that goes up and around. Everything here looks massively different from when you were here last time. You can see that there are a bunch of people scurrying backwards and forwards. You can see that the uniform of the staff has also changed. You can see that they're all wearing kind of like suits, but like without the jackets, so that they're just more easily able to move around. Everything looks different. Even the man who is standing behind essentially the reception desk or the maitre d's desk, you can see that they have dark slit back hair. You can see that they have tan features. They have a moustache and a beard. And they're wearing what is obviously a very smart grey suit, pinstriped with a kind of salmon tie. And they're just working away.
God, I can actually picture that so well in my head. Goddesses first, I suppose?
Okay. I walk in.
As you walk over to, basically, I'm assuming you're not going to any of the staff at me, only round goes up to the desk.
Yeah.
You can see that the man puts down his quill, and he looks up at you and he says, "Welcome to the Eventide. How can I help you?"
Jill?
Oui.
I almost didn't recognize you until I heard you speak.
He smiles and looks at you. He looks a lot more animated than he did before. And he says, "We have been through some changes since you were last here. There was a dragon attack.
Right, remember that.
I decided to rebuild."
Glad you're still alive. Was rather worried.
Hey, man, great to see
I'm
you.
glad. He smiles at you. And he says, "I'm glad to see that your adventures have not harmed you in any way. It is good to see that you are here."
Well, saying they haven't harmed us in any way isn't necessarily true, because I feel like there's a really heavy emotional toll that we've taken.
I understand your pain.
And also definitely a physical toll. I mean, look at this. And she points to a scar she got from I don't know, just from the Dacian bubble fight. Somehow there's
some random scar. Yeah,
I got this one trying to jump into a bubble.
But it looks like you have the armor of Bellem, and it also looks like the muscles on the arms have become stronger.
Damn right they have.
So, you are here. How can the Eventide help?
Really quickly, V, I want to say your French accent is fucking killing me.
It's atrocious, and I love it.
It's okay. You had the same reaction when we recorded the original Dueling Club.
I'm so glad that anyone who's not me remember, because you said you were like, "Oh, it's nice to see you again. I didn't or whatever," and I was like, "When did we see him last?" And they said the dragon attack, and I was like, "Thank you for that helpful clue, Vaughn."
You're welcome.
I don't. Am I on this podcast?
Sometimes.
Yes, you are. 100%.
There's 6 fucking years of shit that we've done. I can't remember all of it all the time.
Yep. There are definitely whole portions when people are like, "Oh, hey, do you remember that time when you guys were in the RC and you were making your way towards the hags?" I'm like, "I have no idea what you're chatting about. I have zero memory." And then 20 minutes later, I'm like, "Oh yeah, the hags, y'all fought them. It was hilarious." That's my recollection.
Fucking hit me with the ugly stick.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I got damaged with it later. I was very happy.
But hey, we saved Benno.
You did.
Yeah, we did.
You did. You saved your buds.
I do remember that. Mostly just because I like the word hags. Anyway. Continue being atrociously French.
Do we check in with you? Do we just go in? Is there a meeting place? Is the layout still the same?
It is essentially the same. I assume you're here for the world talk?
Right. Yep. We've kind of moved up in the world significantly since last we saw you.
Have you really? And you see he kind of pulls over this tome and flips it over, and you can see that the text on it is nothing you'd be able to really recognize. It's written in a script that none of you would really know unless you have magical abilities. And you see he turns the pages, and he's like, it says here that you were reinstated as a prince, and that Zaltanna... Oh. You are essentially already a goddess.
What is that book? What is that? Like the list of the most rich families in the entire country or something? Like what?
It's the magical yellow pages, Zaltanna. Come on, everyone has them.
The magical Fortune 500.
I'm British. I don't know what you're talking about.
The magical book of peerage. I don't know what you guys fucking have. Book of Lords, something like that.
The Who's Who. Would that work? The Who's Who of Hollywood. I don't know. Is that a thing? He closes the book and he says, "It is a book that one of my position is responsible for looking after. It states many peerages, many deities, person Ansvalik, etc."
Can you see about Rahl and Squash in your book?
Let me have a look. One Rajak Tasaran, I believe that he has stated before. Yes. Here it is. Yes, says he is a sir of the Deathrodeers. It says that he is a shadow. How do you say this in common? He is a spectre to be, as is... Oh, apparently... good to see that he had an happy ending with that one. And he kind of like smiles. And as for the other... Squash. Oh. And he kind of has a bit of a frown as he's reading the input. And he's like, he is a person. Oh. And he kind of has like a bit of a look to him. He does, however, owe me 400 gold. Will you bring that up with him?
Sure.
Excellent.
Closes
the book.
I like that Squash's thing that everybody got like nice descriptions of what's going on with them. And Squash got, he's a person.
Can you roll an insight check for me? Being that you brought that up.
Sure. I just want to think that he just doesn't like that he hates Squash so much that he's just like, Squash is a person.
Or he's just very concerned about the fact that Squash might be the next timekeeper.
What did I get? Because I can't see. Hold on. Oh, 10. Wow. The curse continues. Fuck me.
It continues and follows you from the previous episode.
From the previous episode and from fucking Kino.
Yes. It has been bad. Yeah, like you don't really get a good read on him, but there is definitely something more to what he's reading. It isn't just like, oh yeah, Squash is a person. There's no real entry other than he owes me 400 gold. Like, no, there is something else that he's reading. You could tell it just by him, like the amount of eye movement that he has there. So yeah, it's not, whether it's good or bad, difficult to tell, but there is definitely more in there to what he's reading.
Okay.
Anyway, if you are here for the world talk, that will be taking place over the next hour. Just need to go into the dining room as you used to know it. It is essentially the same. Bit of a facelift, bit of a change. There is now a pool that leads outside if you wish to take advantage of such a thing. Otherwise, do you require rooms for your stay?
Do we want to stay tonight?
I don't think we... To be determined. I assume you still have the Dathrodia room, or is that renovated?
That is a bit of a sticky issue.
Why? What happened?
There is a little matter of the payment.
Right. Things that I'm not in control of. How much, out of curiosity?
For the room, it is believed that... yes, it is 400 gold is the outstanding. There is, of course, the interest that will be added on top. But, of course, if it ends up being that the family no longer requires such rooms, the bill will be written off.
And is there a discount for unlawful imprisonment?
No. That is beyond my control and belongs to the Gentlemen's Dueling Club, not a part of the Eventide.
Wow, dude blew right over the fact that I was trying to fucking guilt trip. Okay.
I have already let you into these odds. Not that he says that.
Where we found the imprisoned.
Yeah. But he is having none of that.
Motherfucker.
He is immortal. He does not care.
Why do you think I have this outrageous accent?
It is very hard to keep out of this, so I shall use it as long as I have to.
Wait, quick. What else can we make Zaltanna? What else can we make Valanda say? Wow. I'm just going to shut up.
You will find that most of the other leaders are already here. I would advise that you go in and mingle. There will be some refreshments, of course, some small snacks, some candidates. Not serving much in the way of wine, but if needed, I will make an exception.
Well, alcohol in big meetings, probably not such a good combination.
On the other hand,
generally speaking,
actually a great combination, especially for peace talks. That's what I learned when I was in the double ones.
That I find tends to be true of the after party.
Right. That would make sense.
Yes. Go on through. I have many other visitors to take care of.
Kathy is with
bye.
us, isn't she?
Yeah, Kathy is with you, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not switching between this accent and Kathy.
No?
I can't. Don't make me do it.
Wait, you have to check. You don't have to.
Yeah, Kythea.
You want to
why
talk
haven't
to
you
see
talked to
Kythea? I kind of, I don't think I'm going to be in book. Let me, as I look, turns over the book. Here you are, Kythea Asanar. You are as I see her. Kind of, not really. Yes, it says that you are here with, okay. Well, have a nice day. Fuck you too.
What did he say she was?
A seer.
A seer.
Seer. Seer.
Yep.
Oh, no, that makes sense. Yeah, she does have that skill set.
Yep. It was one of the very first things she did to all of y'all.
Yeah, I don't remember that because it doesn't come up as often.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because obviously you know her in a way that the audience do not, because that's stuff that belongs behind the veil.
Right.
She would bring up that she has and her family has these abilities, but she really doesn't like using them because she never knows if what she's going to see is good or bad. And if it's bad, it hurts her in a way that she doesn't want to deal with. So she very rarely uses them. I mean, you can ask her to use it, but she'd really rather not.
No. Because as somebody who also has powers that can reveal great and terrible things, respect.
Yeah. The three of you are able to make your way into the dining hall. This kind of has more like dark slate on the ground instead of like the black and white tiles that were here previously. A lot of the tables are what we would consider like quite sleek and modern. They have like the kind of almost gold metal stands that like meet in the middle and display at the bottom with like dark grey tops and like, you know, chairs that look super uncomfy, but after a while when you get used to it, actually not so bad. Yeah, like everything is like super stylized now. As you can see, looking out, most of the wall has been replaced with glass and glass doors. And you can see outside that there's a pool and like some chairs and whatnot around it. It is, however, snowing quite heavily this day. So there's no way you'd really want to go out there. But you can still see that there is a piano off to one side. And you can still see there's a large area where you could dance if it was such an occasion. But you also notice that there is like one kind of squarish or rectangular table that has been set up in the middle of this like empty area where you would be dancing normally. And there is a single chair there. And you can see that there is like paper and calls and notes and stuff. And you can see that as you walk in that some of these tables, some of the smaller rounder tables have been occupied already by some faces you recognize and some faces you do not. You would recognize... You would recognize the Darkhammers, so you would recognize King Thakit, Thakit, and the former Queen Rowena. You would also recognize Empress Apella. She is accompanied by a young dark-skinned woman who probably looks like she's maybe barely out of her teens, if at all. You also notice that Damaz and Helsif are together talking, along with a guy that you may or may not recognize. Could you roll history checks on me, please?
Sure.
Both of you.
Okay, roll 20. This is how we're doing today.
Oh my god, roll 20.
Like, I got a decent roll, but that's only because of the fact I have a high stat. The actual dice was trash.
Roll 20's like, ooh, I have Arch and Casey. Time to double up.
Double the curse.
Double it.
So what did you
Double
get,
it.
Zaltanna?
Double it and give it to the next person.
Oh, God.
That's roll and squash. Do it.
Give it to Aethor next. Aethor next!
Motherfucker gets advantage anyways.
I got a 6.
I got a 19.
Zaltanna, you don't really get any feeling or idea at all. Lafian, looking at the person that's standing with Helsif and with Damaz, you notice that there is an orc who is leaning quite heavily on a staff, and you can see he has lots of like runes that are glowing on his skin, and you recognize him as the kind of orcish priest that you met that had the children.
Yep.
Way back when you very first entered the tunnels right close to where the temple is.
Yep.
So you recognize him. You also spot a tiefling male. He has kind of a bluish tint to him. You see that this man is chatting with a halfling. Both of them appear to be quite powerful mages, and you do get that like buzz of electricity being anywhere near them. They're talking to each other quite far off in the quite far like on the opposite side of the room to you. You recognize that sitting at a table, leaning quite heavily on his stick still, you noticed Homer is sitting there. You also notice that there is you also recognize Apenamon, Pen from Geata. You see that there is a very small kobold. You don't recognize them, but you would guess that probably they're from Daemarius. And finally, you see a goblin woman who is clearly missing a hand, and she has a red scarf. And standing next to her is a red-skinned tiefling with a very deep scar across his throat. And these are the people that are kind of milling about. Walking into the room just behind you, you hear her before you arrive. You hear the book talking very loudly to another person you recognize, a halfling. You recognize the halfling to be Hope.
Who?
Hope, the current Mother of Time.
Oh, right. Did we actually meet her, though?
She arrived and spoke with the three of you were together while Squash went off and did, I believe, getting yelled at by Demi for being dead. Hope turns up with 3 vials for Ral, which contain a single grain of sand from the hourglass to help him not die.
Yep. Okay. I remember now.
Yeah. So that's everybody that is there.
Okay.
You have a little time to like pre-mingle if you want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm going to say hi to my buddy Pen.
I think at this point we're splitting the party here because Lafian is making a beeline to Homer. We haven't seen the dude in like 150 episodes.
Yeah,
you saw him fairly recently.
When?
You saw him when y'all came back from, I want to say it was the stalking. Demi pulled you guys into the middle of a fight and then immediately sent you away. You saw Jens throw Homer in that direction. He turned into a bear.
Yep. Okay, but that wasn't...
So you saw him. You know he was alive.
That wasn't a conversation.
No, you haven't had a conversation about 150 episodes. You're probably right on that.
And also the fact that we did not know the state of Jens until that.
True.
Because last we saw, Jens was an egg.
Yes, you were egg.
Jeg.
Yeah. Let's say, yeah, you rock over to Homer. He looks up at you and he smiles. He's like, how are you doing?
Significantly better, for the most part. Good to see you, though.
It's good to see you and all.
Last I saw you, you were being hurled at one of our worst enemies, so glad you made it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's good to see you're up and about and doing what you need to do. Are things going well?
Let's go with yes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
I feel like the answer is probably it's complicated.
Right.
I think there's a lot of people here right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. In that case, I'm all right too.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I was rather shocked as well when we popped in briefly and saw that Jen's was up and about as well, so I take it that your people cared for her quite well then.
Right, yeah, I took her down to some of the people that I know, and we made it across to where her people be staying. It was a bit of a trek, but luckily I'm a druid, so made things a little bit quicker. I got her right back on her feet. Did some magics to accelerate her growth, which she wasn't too happy with, but she understands the situation like. Yeah, she's doing all right. She's currently, where the fuck is she?
I was going to ask, where is she?
She's currently, she and her people and some of my people and the other people that I am here talking for, protecting some of the Earthdrack farmers. We didn't seem to have been hit quite so hard by the plague or whatever it is that Blissful Eclipse put out on all of you.
Right.
So yeah, she's down there protecting them, helping get some of their wares to the surface a bit quicker and without being interrupted or intercepted, so we say.
Oh, good.
She wanted to come, but she's the better one to stay there, and I'm the better one to come here and talk.
I feel like Lafian kind of leans over a little conspiratorially and is like, what's her personality this time? The last one was a drunkard.
Right, and she was a lot of fun, but she's quite focused. Very focused.
Oh.
She's quite nervous, though. Not very nervous, but I can tell that this is weighing on her. She seems to be missing her brother. There's a lot of melancholy there.
Ah.
But other than that, she's doing all right.
Okay.
It's complicated.
Understandable, but it's the state of the world these days.
That's true.
Hopefully we'll all be able to change it. Ah, right. Jinx. Neil, you have to keep it
I
like
wouldn't be saying that. I wouldn't, yeah. Need to sync it up perfectly now. So, your father's coming? Your brother?
No, just me.
So you're, right, you must be ambassador for the Elven Kingdom.
Right, yes. My father so generously bestowed that upon me rather last minute. I had intended to come here as a neutral party, and for the most part, I will try to remain neutral.
I don't know if you look around much, but there really is no neutral party here. Everybody's here representing something or an aspect. Most neutral you're probably going to get here is, and he points over at Damaz, large, and points over at the two magic users, the halfling and the tiefling man, and the Witcher Society equivalents over there.
Fair. I'm trying to think more big picture, but I get what you mean.
You can't forget the pieces in a big picture.
True.
Well, you look like you've got plenty of mingling to keep going on with, my boy. I'm just going to stay here. No need to keep an old man company like me.
No worries. I'm just glad I got the chance to talk to you.
It was good to see you again.
And you.
What happened to your Dragonborn friend? I see he's not here.
That's a good question. We, in the last couple of days, have been doing our own things, trying to tie up loose ends. So, I don't actually know what he's up to right now. I'm going to assume that he's fine, otherwise I probably would have heard screaming in my head already.
Well, I don't have my ring. Everything has gone wrong. Please send help.
He smiles and he kind of like pats your arm and he says, well, it's good to hear. I hope he's doing all right. No. You get on with your mingling. me settle up here with my glass of water. And you see like someone come over and like deliver like a small glass of water. You can see there are a couple of canapes that have been set out next to him. And he's just like, Zaltanna, you're going to go speak with Apenamon.
Yes.
Pen.
You rock over to Pen. Pen looks at you and he kind of like starts and he has like a big smile and he throws his arms out and rushes over to give you a hug.
Pen! I give him a big fucking hug.
You like give him a hug and you feel like lift him up a little bit, a couple of cracks in the spine, put him back down again. He's like, it's good to see you in the flesh. I've been keeping a progress watching all of you in the stars. I'm just glad to see that you're doing good. How are you? Are you actually good? Did I read the stars right?
Yes, you did. Mostly good. Yeah.
Mostly good?
Had a rough day yesterday. Had a couple rough days before, like pretty recently. But you know what? In the grand scheme of things, I'm alive. I get to see my wife, and I get to travel around with my best friends. So, you know, other than the weight of the world hanging on my shoulders, can't complain.
He nods and like gestures a hand, like is like, yeah. I totally understand that. Do you want to sit? I actually don't know anyone else here.
Yeah, I'd love to sit with you. Balance is here too, so you know at least one other person. Lafian. Lafian's here too. God, I gotta stop doing that.
That's good. And what about Ral and Squash? Are they here as well? And you see him like expectantly looking around, hoping that he's going to know more than two people.
No, I'm sorry. No, they're not.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm more really here just to interact and help if I can. I brought things, but I'll bring that up when the meeting starts. It's good to see you. Like it really is.
Yeah, it's so good to see you
just
too.
Is there anything that you want me to support you on? I'm not really good at this political negotiation thing, so I'm just.
Oh, God, me neither. Ask Lafian when he comes over.
He nods. You can like see that he's like playing with his fingers. He's obviously like quite nervous to be here. He's wearing like the best imitation of a smart robe that he could get that's not covered in ink stains. Yeah, he sits down and settles. Is there anyone else that either of you want to chat with?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna wave at Homer, but I'm kind of like. And I would have gone over to say hi, but like I'm very stuck over here now with my buddy Penn, who will be lonely. Who will be lonely if I'm not there.
Oh, I appreciate that. Zaltanna's the person that keeps the person that has the social anxiety company.
Well, when you're the loudest person in the room.
That was me. I was the social anxiety.
Yeah, me too. I'm always at the back of the room like, please don't look at me or talk to me. I just want to stay here.
If I don't know people, it takes me a bit.
Yeah. Who else do you want to go chat with, Lafian?
My brother from another mother. Fake it, basically, and Rowena.
Right, okay. You go over to where Fake It and Rowena are. Fake It is wearing... He's not really wearing any sort of royal robes at all. If anything, he looks like he's just wearing your everyday, I'm about to go do some gardening or like some maintenance around the house kind of clothes. They're quite plain. He's also wearing like a very, very plain crown. You can see he's grown a bit of a moustache and like a full-on beard. You can see that he's got a couple of like whites and his hairline is beginning to recede just a little bit. And you can see that Rowena is like sitting with him and she's wearing slightly more formal robes. But she's obviously like deferring to him because he is now the king. But you can see them chatting away happily.
I think Lafian just kind of comes over and just grabs a seat and just sits down next to both of them. So, king take it now, huh? There's a big smile on his face.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, it's all right. Well, not ideal, but here I am, doing what I got to do. How's princely living? Remind me of the good old days.
My goodness, which part?
He's speaking in Elvish, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Which part would you be referring to? The parts that I was attending to, or the parts where you and my brother apparently were, what was the terminology? Slipping through the bushes?
Yeah. Carefree days.
Well, he's not much different. He's matured a little bit.
Yeah. Renala tells me that they're off helping to dig new fields. Oh. They did a great job in your parents' place, like tearing up the garden and turning that into places to plant, so they're doing good. Good to see him. Good to see him getting his hands dirty.
There's a brief look of something over Lafian's face before he just poker face. Flashbacks to the books that he found. Yes, getting his hands dirty. Yep.
Pervert. Rowena leans over and she puts her grabs your shoulder and gives it a good squeeze and she says, "Well, how are you doing? Really?"
Really? Well, stressed, overburdened, worried, trying to remain optimistic while also trying to be realistic. So, the usual, really.
Sounds like the leader's life, I'm afraid. Heard, and she kind of drops her voice a lot and she's definitely speaking in Elvish, just very quietly. She says, "Your father sent word that you and your brother aren't exactly... You're not exactly in your princely duties anymore."
It's complicated.
Hearing that word a lot recently, mostly from that guy over there. She points over to where Homer is.
Right. The long and short of it is, at least from Pintor's side, he doesn't want the position and would rather be doing whatever it is he wishes to do.
Yeah, literally anything else.
Right. And I would like to take more of a neutral, global stance. You might think it a bit odd of me, but, well...
Marina, shakes her head and she says, "That's totally understandable. Being a ruler comes with lots of responsibilities, and it comes with a lot of time pressures." And she looks over at Kythia and back to you.
Oh, no. There's, yes, but he looks a little flustered, well, but it's not just that. I mean, I want to open a school.
She kind of raises an eyebrow and you can see that Thakit does the same and he's running his hands over his beard. All right.
It's still in planning stages.
Of course.
Pending we survive this. But I would like to open a school that is free of any political reach of anything of the sort, and it's just a truly neutral place where people can go and learn. My focus primarily would be trying to pass along my particular skill set, because I fully believe that others may be able to unlock it as I have done.
You see that she nods and Thakit's attention has basically gone elsewhere. This is doesn't care so much, obviously. But Rowena says, "It's probably a good idea. Our Kythia is a smart one. I know she has gifts very similar to yours from what she was saying."
She'll keep the school in line as well as me, I'm sure.
Yeah, you need someone to keep an eye on you.
I get overzealous. I can't
You little
help it.
rascal.
Well, I have been nothing but upstanding as a youth.
Yep, totally. Mm-hmm. And she gives you that knowing look of like, you two been in shenanigans.
Most of them were your idea.
Hey, you went along with it. Not my fault. I mean, yeah, I was pulled the I'm older and I'm a queen card on you, but you still went along with it.
Right. Compared to, I'm just a prince. What can I do?
From what your father says, you're not anymore.
Well, something like that.
Just maybe keep that one under your hat at least until this is over.
I mean, they sent me here as the rep, so regardless, I am doing my due diligence.
You are. Well, don't let us keep you. You should probably go smooth. You've already got us on side for maybe. And you see Thakit just like bite his bottom lip a little bit. And you can see his like beard twitch when she says that.
When everything is cleared, we'll need to get back together. Have a big banquet.
Yeah. I think we should probably have to throw a pretty good pie. Food or no food.
Have a proper coronation for the young king.
Nah, I've already had that, mate.
Well, but I wasn't there. Not a proper one unless I'm there. Just throws a wink at him.
He smiles, but it doesn't quite extend to his eyes. There's a little bit of mirth there, but not a lot. And he says, nah, we did all the pomp and ceremony. We can have a party once all the hard work's done.
I'll take it.
Maybe, 50, 60 years? Anyway.
I don't know if maybe that long, but...
Yeah. This ain't going to clean itself up quick, mate. Like, there is a lot of tensions to undo. There's a lot of basic necessities we need to sort out. And from what I gather here, and he looks around at basically anyone who's like a leader of sorts, he says, I've got new treaties to fill out and sort out, and cultural clashes to try to come in, so yes, not be solved overnight, mate.
You've got a good advisor, and if you need another one, you can always call me.
Yeah, I'll ask where Pintor is.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, mate. Seriously, you're welcome at Darkhammer whenever you like. Our home is your home.
Gives him a smile and walks over to where Zaltanna and Apenamon are. Because that was the other discussion.
Yeah, Apenamon's like just nervously looking around and kind of babbling about stars to Zaltanna.
Pen, good to see you.
Lafian, it's good to see you too.
Why was there a pause there? Did I do something? You can tell me.
No. Just I know you've at least if I'm reading the stats correctly, you lost something recently. The star didn't twinkle quite the right way, and another. Well, it doesn't really matter. I just.
Pen, I think that's something that need not be spoken.
I understand. Sorry, I brought it up. Yeah.
How's everything at home?
It's good. They sent me with supplies that should help.
Oh, good.
And they sent me with not exactly offers, but instructions. So yeah, we're doing good. Everyone seems to be doing okay. The portal shook things up for a while, but mostly back to normal. Reading and going to the world's end, and all that. Right. I wrote a book about knots. I thought I'd better get my information out there if the worst happens. So
book of what now?
Knots. The knots that I learned. You can read it if you want. I didn't bring a copy, but I could have one sent to you.
I think I would like that.
Interested?
I plan on hoarding quite a lot of knowledge in the future. Well, hoarding's a bad word. Collecting.
Oh no, we collect knowledge too, so we understand that. And if you ever manage to make your way back to World's End, you're more than welcome to come and peruse the library.
I actually had been meaning to at some point go back and have a chat with your people.
Yeah.
I have a business proposal of sorts.
Oh, but one that we should discuss here? I think we have a little time.
I mean, I'll give you the basic gist of it. It's, do you recall Kulfor and Bayard, right?
Kulfor and Bayard, yeah.
So, obviously, there's not really anybody there, just the structures.
Yeah. When I passed through there, signs that people had been there recently, but they moved on. So
yes, acquaintances of ours.
Mm.
Well, besides the point, I'd like to open a school there.
Oh. Why Geerta?
Because I find Geerta to be as neutral of a territory as any.
It's not accessible.
True.
For most people, it's quite dangerous. There's only a few places that you could teleport to, and they're around the edge and rapidly disappearing. And we don't really want a lot of people there in case they decide to roam too far to World's End and take knowledge that the world isn't...
It wouldn't be anything of that sort. Obviously, we would need to discuss further and go into detail if it's something that we can do, but the challenge of getting there is part of the reason why I thought of it, because I don't want just anyone wandering into my school. The knowledge, the things that we would be teaching, I would want to make sure are people that are properly invested for the right reasons, and obviously we would try to help them to get there, but it would be very heavily filtered.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I know a friend who he can't sail very well. He gets incredibly sick all the time, and the idea of taking the trip that I took to get here, he wouldn't be able to. He's a very smart and capable person, and also it would be difficult to get supplies to and from. And I will think about it.
Of course.
And I will let you know. I would advise, though, maybe finding somewhere closer to the rest of civilization. We'd have to... we can't remove the rune for teleportation and communication and scrying. We can't remove that.
Right.
It just might be more difficult having it there than you would like.
Well, I can give it some thought. Geerta came to mind first just because there's a lot there already, but I understand where you're coming from.
There's islands between us and the Oghath Isles. There was we passed when they had buildings on there. They looked like they would suit and more easily accessible. Well, actually, maybe not more easily accessible. There were some sea people that sang at us. That was quite scary, actually. I'll give it some thought. But if you could find somewhere else, that would be better.
I will think about it when the world's not about to end. I just wanted to mention it in passing since I've been sitting on the idea.
We will have some serious thought, and I would probably have to come up with some terms, restrictions.
Of course. Worst case, best case, some case, if it's not in Geerta and it's elsewhere, your people are still welcome to come to my school. I think there is things that I could teach them.
Yeah, and you would be always welcome to our library. There are books on there that might be useful for you to study, so you can teach others. You would have to
be a teacher.
Learn it before you could leave, though, because you could not leave with the books.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, bogging you down with a lot of personal things.
No, that's fine. We're friends, right?
We are.
Yeah, that's
I consider anybody that has helped us a friend.
well, that's good. I try to be the same. Even though some people are sometimes quite mean about reading the stars. Anyway,
I enjoy your readings.
Thank you. I could see that you all went through some stuff. My sympathies go out to whoever it was. Hope they're okay.
Yes, quite fine.
Good. That's good. Yeah. And you see he kind of like looks forward and like is thinking quite deeply to himself. His like head is like agreeing. His head is nodding as if he's agreeing to his own thoughts. That's something I do constantly. Okay. Anyone who'd want to come and chat with the pair of you?
Good question. Unless Zaltanna is going to go chat some people up.
No, I'm good. I'm chilling.
That's true.
I'm chilling here, hanging out with my best friend, which is Lafian.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pen.
No, Pen's my friend. Pen's my friend, but I don't know if I like know him well enough to call him like my best friend.
That's fair.
Like,
probably not BFF material yet.
you know, my best friend. It's 3 people. Their names are Lafian, Raljak, and Squash. So 4 people, because also my wife is my best friend.
Yeah. And Benno.
And Caden. I found my ring. It's fine.
And Benno's my best friend. No, Benno's not my best friend anymore. He used to be my best friend, and now we're just kind of like back to like friends. You know,
the brother-in-law
like
thing.
you know, yeah, he's my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
But like, I don't feel like. Anyway, that's like a whole complicated situation. I don't really feel like we should be getting into like the emotional distance that Benno and Zaltanna have acquired right now.
100% this episode is just going to have to be called It's Complicated.
Yes. Neil, write that down.
Future V, write that down.
If anyone wants me to one day go on a rant and explain how I personally rank Zaltanna's emotional connection to everyone in her life, let me know. I can do it. I definitely have thoughts on it because I have to be Zaltanna, so I have to know where she is emotionally all the time.
Yep.
But that's not for right now.
The pair of you, as you're sitting there with Apenamon, and he let things drop into silence. You hear the door open into the ballroom, and you see that Trampal is like kind of like rushing in. You can see he's like trying to straighten up his robes, and he has like what looks like not exactly scars or like wounds per se, but he's definitely been in a tussle of some sorts. It doesn't look 100% his best, but he's here, swooping in at the last moment. And as you kind of look up in that direction, you realize that Hope is walking towards you. And she kind of like stands in front of Zaltanna and she says, the problem that you had yesterday repeatedly, or the day before repeatedly.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it. They are no longer a problem.
Oh my God, thank you.
Irony being I was actually in the area and I did feel some tugs, but I thought that was Squash, so I'm sorry for that.
No, it's okay. Like, how would you know?
She kind of like lifts her hands like, I can't catch everything, but I should have caught this. I should have tried to pay a better attention to you all. Anyway, good luck in the meeting, and hopefully I don't see you guys until it's over.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
God willing. God's willing. Me willing.
Yes,
Goddess
you willing.
Zaltanna willing.
Pleasure to have met you all. Good luck. With that, she turns and she almost like walks into mist, like she's dissolving away as she walks away, and she disappears from view. Trempel has a good look around, has no idea what he's doing. He just comes and sits down next to the pair of you and Apenamon. And he's like, just shrugs.
Okay.
All right.
How's it going?
Could have had a better day. Could have a better day. As Trempel kind of like settles down and says that, yeah, things could have been better, you suddenly feel like the entire room has been covered in like those weighted blankets, those really heavy ones that you put onto yourself to help you sleep at night, whatever it is. It feels like that in a magical form, and then it very quickly lifts again. And you realize that other people who are talking, you can kind of understand what they're saying. So for Lafian, like you would hear almost everything in Elvish. Zaltanna, you would hear almost everything in Dwarvish. Trempel, everything in Common, etc., etc. And you can tell that clearly there has been some large magical spell that has been cast in this room, and everyone is able to understand each other. Walking into the middle of the room now, you see Gilles, his new form, walk to the center of the room. And you kind of get the idea that everybody's head has turned to look at him, and all the conversation begins to like die down, as if someone has just turned the dial down and all the volume is gone. And he stands in front of you all and he says, "Welcome to the first meeting of the Eventide. It is a pleasure to have so many important people under the same roof. This is not going to be quite like the dueling of the past. We shall be having open conversations. There shall be no fighting. And if there is any fighting, I shall see to it that you are escorted from the building in pieces. Is that understood? Good. Right. Empress Abella has been kind enough to create an agenda of sorts. It is exceptionally short because the days are drawing to a close, potentially on this age and potentially on the entire world as it is. So, let us talk. Hi everyone, it's V here. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. 249 episodes in, we are still pretty much going strong. Thank you so much to Casey and Arch for playing this with me. I do love this little interaction with the pair of them and this kind of little adventure that they're on. It's good. It was a good fun. It was an absolute blast to record. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. I want to say a huge thank you to one of our newer patrons, Philippe Robitali. I'm so sorry if I've screwed that up. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Patrons really do make the difference between us being able to get these out with the safe knowledge that all of our hosting fees are paid for and knowing that all of our equipment can be replaced if we get lost. So genuinely, thank you so much for supporting us, our show, and also the other shows on our network. So yay! Finally, you're going to hear an ad from the Monsters Playbook. It's a show that's been going for a while now. We've done a couple of spots of them in the past. This is a new version of their ad. So go listen to the ad, then go listen to their show because they're generally really nice people. And also, again, thank you guys so much for listening to the episode, and to Arch and Casey for putting up with my shenanigans. And thank you to all of our patrons. All right, enjoy. Bye.
My name is Johnny, and I'm the host, executive producer, and Prince of Lies for the Monsters Playbook. What's the Monsters Playbook? It's an actual play Monster of the Week podcast set in my hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's a character-focused adventure where you'll meet Kira Ashwood, a journalist with a cult past she's desperate to atone for, and a secret power hidden even from herself. Casey Davis, a taciturn secret agent becoming disillusioned with the agency she thought she could trust. Theo Nessos, a professional sorceress trying to escape the shadow of her powerful magical family. And Mark Clayton, a pretty haunted introvert who just wants to make sense of his powers and all the weird things that keep happening to him. If you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Dresden Files, or any city-set supernatural story with monstrous threats and messy feelings, check out the Monsters Playbook. New episodes every other Tuesday, wherever you get your podcasts.